Hello and welcome to Whitstable, a popular seaside fishing town on the coast of Kent in southern England, and it's only about an hour's train ride from London. Imagine pastel coloured fishing cottages, miles of pebbled beach, quirky shops, and a place where oysters rule. Also, make sure you stick around to the very end as we go and search for Whitstable's #1 when it comes to fish and chips. Yeah. The shopping scene in Whitstable, if I were to describe it, is a blend of traditional and the eclectic. When you're wandering down the narrow lanes, you're confronted by a mosaic of storefronts, each with their own charm and character. The town boasts a mix of vintage boutiques and artisan workshops where locals get to showcase their creations, ranging from handcrafted jewellery to bespoke lighting. Now, if you are a foodie, never fear, the town also boasts a wonderful selection of gourmet delis and bakeries. Oysters in Whitstable are a big deal. I mean, every year they have a festival dedicated to the rich maritime history of Whitstable and their seafood. To put it into perspective, back in the late 19th century, 80 million Whitstable oysters were sold every year at the Billingsgate Market about 90 minutes up the road. And the Romans loved their Whitstable oysters so much, they used to ship them all the way back to Rome. That's keen. Okay. Let's give this little Whitstable oyster a try. Alright, yum! So how can I describe the oyster? It's a nice blend of saline, or that salty flavour, and a slight creamy sweetness. But overall they're very nice. And you can't stop at one. Whitstable also has its very own Banksy-style street artist. He goes by the name of Catman, and you can find his creations from Kent all the way to London. But his most famous street art is a picture of the Queen riding a hoverboard while out walking her corgis. If you're ever in Whitstable, you need to make sure you pop on down to Old Neptune's, or as the locals like to call it, Neppies. It's one of only a handful of pubs that are actually built directly on the beach. Now, she's had a bit of a turbulent past, Old Neppies. She's been used as a morgue, and in the late 19th century, she was completely destroyed by a severe storm. Behind me is the rebuild, and it's made from reclaimed timber from the previous structure, and also wood from fishermen's cottages that were also destroyed in the storm. Now, a bit of a tip, get here early. She does get very busy. I mean, who wouldn't mind enjoying a beer at a pub on a beach? Oh, and it's dog friendly. Now, there's one thing you can't miss when you're wandering along the beach, and that is the fishermen's cottages. They're lined all the way along the coastline, and they're pretty hard to miss. They stand out with all their vibrant colours. Now, traditionally, the fishermen used to store their tools, nets and fishing equipment, and their proximity to the beach was strategic. It meant that they had quick access to the sea's bounty. But now you can actually rent out these fishermen's cottages on Airbnb and experience what it was like as a fisherman in a more bespoke, luxurious way. Okay, so I've saved the best till last. Sarah and I have tracked down the #1 fish and chips place in Whitstable as voted by over 800 Google reviews, all close to 5 stars, and all the locals we spoke to also said, hey, check out Aussies, it comes highly recommended. Now, the first thing I noticed is that the servings are quite plentiful. I asked for 1 piece of cod and a regular sized chips, and look how much you get. Outstanding, Yum. So how do you know if it's very, very good fish? Well, this is what I'm told. If the batter is nice and golden in colour, if I have a look at this, well, that looks pretty golden to me. And it needs to be light and flaky. Goodness, the size of it. Yum. I can certainly see what the attraction is. It's very, very good. Yum. Although the servings are very, very big. But I'm not complaining. Yeah, that's yum. So behind me is the beach. There is Old Neptune's pub just there. Sarah and I highly recommend, if you're on the Kent coast, make sure you pop into Whitstable. It's a beautiful, charming little town, and the best thing about it, it's dog friendly. Whitstable, put it on your list. Hey, if you watch this video to the end, please, would you mind hitting the like, subscribe and notifications button?